I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about I don't feel chemistry with you. Well, chemistry is a tricky thing, isn't it? Because sometimes we might feel a certain kind of attraction or connection to somebody, and it's just purely based on looks. Yet sometimes we will start to hang out with somebody that we're not normally physically attracted to, maybe not necessarily our type, and we find there's a chemistry, there's a spark, there's an attraction, there's a connection, there's something there that makes us feel good around that other person. And of course, we're dealing with some type of feeling, some type of emotion, right? It's not necessarily anything you could put your finger on, and it could be really tricky sometimes, right? Because you might feel chemistry for somebody, and they might not. And you might project all of these intense feelings that you're having onto them, and so you're feeling like, wow, we have this amazing connection, and they're feeling like, man, I hope my friend calls me up and gets me out of this date. It happens, and it's really tough, and it's a really tough aspect of dating and relationships, because you just don't know when that chemistry might spark up or when it may burn out. And it happens. I mean, you could have chemistry with somebody for 40 years, or you could have chemistry with somebody for 4 months, and you lose it. You lose the attraction. There's a lot that goes into that, right? There's a lot behind that attraction. And obviously, I talk about how we're attracted to the familiar, and how we're often drawn to parents or people similar to our parents, and oftentimes it's the parent that gave us the most difficulty. And so I know it sounds odd and people don't want to hear it sometimes, but that's simply the truth of the matter. If you think about your first bonding experiences, your parents, your mom, your dad, whoever took care of you, we tend to be drawn to people that are, feel familiar and act like them, do certain things that they do. And I know that I've looked at the women I've dated, and I could see that. And now that I know all the stuff that I know, it's pretty obvious to me when I'm dating somebody and I can see it, and I'm like, oh, I can see exactly why I'm attracted or drawn to this person. So sometimes you're going to have a good time with somebody, and it's going to feel like there's more to it there for you, and they'll say there's no chemistry. You can't force it, right? You can't force somebody to be attracted to you or drawn to you. Sometimes they'll like your humor or your smile or the twinkle in your eyes, or if you're dating me, obviously it's all of the above and the bad jokes, right? I'm kidding, of course. But so I got an email today that I thought it was good to share, because many times you guys may be trying to move on from your relationship ending, and you're looking for somebody new to date, somebody else you're interested in, and they may not feel the chemistry that you do. Or you might find that you don't feel chemistry with all the new people you're dating. I hear that one a lot. I've gone out with 5 different people in the last 2 months, 3 months. I'm not interested in anybody. All I want is my ex. Completely understandable. But I got a good email today, and this guy's in his 40s, and he said, here is my story. I have always suffered from low self-esteem, and I'm currently working on that, slowly but surely. So what does that tell me? It says he must have had a rough time in his childhood. He didn't feel lovable. He doesn't feel like attractive to other people, and so he might sabotage unconsciously a lot of his chances with women. He might put himself down or say something that, would turn a woman off, right, when he's on a date. Some kind of self-deprecating joke. Now, sometimes humor can be good, but if you're using it inappropriately, it can really turn somebody off real quick. He says, I met a woman through a dating website in January. She reached out to me and made the initial contact. So boom, she reached out to him. That's a really good sign, especially on a dating website where women get hundreds of emails every day. We messaged each other a few times over a 2-week period. She offered me her number without me asking. So boom, look at this. Now she is offering her number. This girl is really interested. She's really attracted in you. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way you look, or maybe how you're talking, or maybe it's your career, maybe it's all the above. So I gave her my number and we began to text each other randomly over the next week or so. Well, what I would have been doing is setting a date to spend time with this person in person. Each day the text increased and the response time became almost immediate. Yeah, see, she's wanting to, feel that connection with you right now, but you gotta get it going. You gotta really step it up into in person and see if there's something really there. She asked if I would be interested in meeting for coffee. Man, this woman's interest level is super high. She initiated contact. She's offering or asking for your number, and she's saying, do you want to get together? She's probably getting frustrated by now because you're not reading the signs. Like I said, when a woman reaches out like this, she wants you to ask her out. I'm sure you can see as well that she is initiating everything, which might be one of the things I did wrong. No, it's not what you did wrong. Letting her initiate those things is a great sign, but you didn't capitalize on it right away, and you spent too much time talking, and maybe you just felt like you weren't going to be attractive enough or good enough because you said you have low self-esteem. But this woman is making all the moves here, so you got to jump right on that. We met for coffee for 2 hours. I let her do most of the talking, about 70%, smiled and paid attention to everything she was saying. After our first meeting, we both agreed it went very well. Over the course of the next month, we text every day. Month? Why were you guys not going out? Let me read on. Good morning, good night, etc. And met for coffee 4 times and lunch once. Okay, so here I'm seeing big mistakes. You're texting way too much. Texting good morning and good night. You shouldn't be doing stuff like this. You should be getting dates with her in person. And why would you go to coffee 4 times? 4 times plus the 1, so is that 5 times? That's way too much. How much coffee do you need with this woman? Why are you not out taking her to do something fun? I personally would not take a woman to do a coffee date. That's just not my thing. If you like that, that's great, but I would not do that. And lunch, I would definitely not be doing lunch. I only like to do dates in the evening. That is it. No. No lunchtime, no breakfast. I've made those mistakes before. I'll never do those again. You take a woman out in the evening, that's when we have romance, right? That's when we have a good time. It became too platonic, and I'm guessing that's exactly what happened here. I would set up other dates to go to a local hockey game. See, that's fun. Or go to dinner and dancing, but could never get her to commit. See, you know what's going on here? You spent so much time texting with her that the attraction is dropping, and she's not as interested. You're going to coffee, you're texting good morning, good night, and all day long, the attraction is dropped. Had her attraction been higher, she would have been going and doing like hockey games and stuff like that. Alright. Last week I noticed her texting had decreased dramatically. No more good mornings or good night. Just, hi, how was your day? I texted her and told her I noticed her texting had dropped off. I wouldn't have done that. And asked her where her interest level was at. Oh, I really wouldn't have done that. Obviously, you knew her interest level had dropped really low. And now, by talking about it, it's like saying, hey, I know your interest is really low. And she's going to be like, yeah, it actually is. What? Now what do you do with that? How are you going to turn things around after you did that? Her response was, I enjoy texting with you. I enjoy meeting you for coffee and conversation. We have a lot of common, but I don't feel any chemistry with you. I'm sorry. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, I understand. You're a great man. Oh, thank you. I'm so great that you don't want to date me. Right? I hear that a lot. You're so great. You are perfect, but I don't want to date you. Well, that's because you're making a lot of little mistakes here. You should have set up dates in the evening and gone to hockey games and drinks and stuff like that from the... But it was just, I guess, monotonous and boring for her, maybe. I mean, I don't know why so many coffee dates, honestly. You only hung out 5 times and 4 times was coffee, or maybe it was 6 times and 5 times it was coffee. It's just setting you up for failure there. I replied back, that's fine. Unfortunately, I already have enough friends. It's unfortunate that you have enough friends that I can text and meet for coffee. You really love coffee, don't you? I can't remain friends with someone I was starting to like and considering something more than friendship. I text, if you change your mind or find yourself thinking about me when you past a Dunkin' Donuts, now we know where all your dates were at. Could you imagine going on 5 dates? Let's say 4. 4 coffee dates at Dunkin' Donuts? I don't think I would be interested in a woman that I was doing that with either. It was a pleasure meeting you. Good luck. Yeah, see, that's not a lot of fun, is it? Alright, so let me move on. That was 24 hours ago. I have remained silent for the whole 24 hours? Woo! I can't believe you did it. Come on, man. It's only been 24 hours. And have not reached out to her since. That's been extremely difficult, but extremely difficult? You've only gone on 5 dates with this girl. And it's only been 24 hours. See, that really speaks to your attachment trauma right there. My guess is that you have a really anxious attachment style and you were projecting a lot of fantasy and hope onto this woman when you honestly only went out to coffee 4 times and 1 other lunch date. Like, there was no intimacy going on here. I really wanted to take my time with her because I like her a lot. She has a lot of potential. Can I tell you guys that I hear this mistake a lot? A lot of times a guy will like a girl more than all the other women he's dating, and so he makes a complete mess of the situation. He treats her differently than all the other girls he's just casually dating, and so all the ones that he doesn't really care about, they can't get enough of him, and yet the one that he likes, he messes up. This is so common. This is one of those things that I have to really work with you guys on when we're talking in a Skype to get you straightened out, because it's really easy to make this mistake and keep making it. I really wanted to take my time because I liked her a lot. She had a lot of potential. She was a really good woman. Attractive, had a very good job, had her life in order, the typical woman every guy wants. I changed my appearance by shaving off my goatee and joining the gym. All within the last 24 hours, posting my pictures on the dating website in hopes that she would see changes. I mean, come on, man. This woman really doesn't know you that well. I mean, you only went out for like a handful of times. I mean, maybe she'll look at the pictures and be like, well, this is odd. Why did he just shave off his goatee? I don't know. I think she might find it odd more than anything. I have already made as a move forward. My question is, what is the likelihood of her actually thinking about me in the coming days or weeks? Possibly regretting ending anything we had or reaching out to me to make contact. And do I even consider reaching out in 30 days or so to say hello and test the waters? Thanks in advance for your advice. Okay, well, I would definitely not reach out. I don't teach that 30-day no contact nonsense. If I was in this situation, I would leave her alone. I wouldn't reach out again because she told you she isn't feeling any kind of spark or chemistry with you right now. Now, the thing about it is, this woman can be really aggressive when she wants to be. So maybe there's another guy in the picture, or maybe her behavior just turned her off. And what could happen is maybe she'll go a little while, start dating some other guys, and she'll keep seeing you on the dating website and say, you know what, let me message him and see if there's any chemistry there again. She might, get bored with the other guy she's talking to, or maybe she'll drive past that Dunkin' Donuts and say, I really love the way he dipped that donut. He dunked it so amazingly. Oh, it was so great. But I think you really got a lot to learn about how to build attraction and chemistry with a woman, and obviously your own self-worth and low self-esteem is making it difficult for you to handle these kind of situations, and you really did well only because she had such a high interest level in you, because you were making mistakes left and right, and you got to clean up your behavior here if you're going to re-attract this woman or attract other women in the future. And I strongly encourage you to work on yourself and becoming more securely attached, and working on your self-esteem and working on personal growth, so when you find another woman or she comes back, you are more energetic, you've got a great chemistry and spark, and you're fun and you're funny and you're able to have a good time and not worry so much about what you're going to say, or if they don't like that joke, or they don't like that outfit you're wearing, that you're stressed out all day worrying about minor little things, when it's really about your attachment trauma and your low self-worth that stems from your early childhood. So work on learning the skills that I teach, how to have better romantic relationships by making sure your dates are in the evening time, and maybe you should focus on how to be more playful and interactive during your dates, and definitely do more interesting dates than coffee, because quite honestly I personally don't find a coffee date very interesting. They're kind of mundane, and when you're doing 5 of them out of 6 dates or whatever it was here, I really think that had a big influence on killing the attraction and the chemistry. So, if you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching, and if you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching as well. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching. And that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.
Hi, I'm Coach Margaret, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist with 35 years experience. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. If you would like professional help with your situation, please contact us at askcraig.net.